Fiat made a name for itself with the 500 back in the late 50s. The concept was simple, a small car that could seat 4 people and was fun to drive. In fact, it proved so popular that over 4 million were sold in 18 years. So I guess it was only a matter of time before Fiat jumped on the retro bandwagon and created a more modern take on the classic. Looks-wise, the latest 500c retains much of the DNA from the original, with these dinky dimensions, oval headlamps and peppy engines, all while remaining cheap to buy and easy to personalise. In fact, it's easy to make your 500 stand out, as there are over 500,000 ways to personalise it. Inside the dash is simplicity itself. All the dials and controls are logically placed and easy to use, and for a little bit extra you'll get this 5-inch colour touchscreen infotainment system, which is available on all models apart from the top spec lounge trim. On lower spec cars, it's worth ticking the screen as an option. It's not an expensive add-on, and it does come with Bluetooth, DAB and of course sat-nav. In all honesty, it's not the best system in its class. It's slow and the icons are small, but it's easy to get your head around. The seating position is pretty flat, and there's no seat height adjustment on Pop or Pop Star trim levels, but if you do have it, it's located down here by the handbrake, which is a rather awkward place. The steering wheel only moves up and down, it doesn't move in and out, which means getting a perfect driving position is going to be tricky. For a car whose core is around cute and dinky motoring, you're not going to get much when it comes to space. The 500c is one of the smallest small convertibles money can buy. Up front there's a reasonable amount of head and legroom, but legroom in the back is virtually non-existent, and the boot is small and narrow, so loading bulky items is hard. The roof though isn't what you'd call a traditional convertible, it's a fabric roof which slides back and forth at any speed. There's also a sunroof setting which scrolls it back part way. Whereas other retro classics like the Mini and the Volkswagen Beetle are great all-rounders, the Fiat 500c is better suited to life around towns and cities. The suspension is pretty soft, so it soaks up lumps and bumps easily, but you do get body lean at speed around corners. There's a mix of petrol and diesel engines, including a 0.9 litre 2-cylinder petrol engine with either 84 or 104 brake horsepower. These are badged twin air and are faster and quite characterful when compared with the 1.2 litre petrol or 1.3 litre diesel. The 1.2 litre petrol though is the pick of the range, as it copes well at motorway speeds while still having enough poke around town. There's also an eco version of the 1.2 litre petrol which has automatic stop-start for driving around town, which does lower CO2 emissions. It is a bit expensive though. As you can see from the British weather, it's not exactly ideal for convertibles, but the 500c is one of the cheapest and one of the most stylish. It's also one of the cheapest to run, and with over 500,000 ways to personalise it, it's easy to put your own stamp on it. However, the cabin is on the small side, it's noisy and equipment levels aren't particularly strong, and the finish isn't as polished as some of its retro rivals.